Okay, they sleeping on the crack, they overdose on high fructose, roll close till I'm overthrown and overslow. I've been speaking over tones low, but keep them L's high, let just live long, and we gon' be forever. This for the error. They try to tell us we too deep in the flow. The more the better, the more clever, etc. Whatever. Whether they sweat us, get us, and just met us, but they won't forget us. They don't know better. In the worst case, I be headed for first place. Purchase they position, cause they worship our positions. But I too had no pot to piss it. At some spot and insisted, they still ain't got my decision. I won't stand under no man except my high supplier. He got the fire, I got the lighter. I hit the split, and this when I'm spitting like it's gas liquors that I'm tripping, pippin'. Black entertainers, black businessmen, black people around me.
And we are back, man. NewBeHoodRadio.com. My name is Joseph J.O. Sesania, and we are rocking. Yeah, I know we're rocking because I'm talking loud, and you guys don't hear no more feedback, right? Yeah, Marcus is clapping because I think he thinks and I think he fixed his problem. Well, I know I fixed my problem. He's over here. I know I fixed my problem. He didn't fix his problem. We'll see. If you guys are about to able to stream into YouTube Live, we're about to get this conversation on air, man. We're really trying to make this radio station do big. But Marcus is in front of me right now, pushing me back away from the mic, so I can't even talk to you guys right now. Man. I love Brother Marcus, man, because if it wasn't for him, you guys wouldn't even have NewBeHoodRadio.com right now. Man, so as we keep it true to the fashion of Nubia Hood, in the sense that we need to stop being hood and stop being in the above stages of parenthood and getting into Nubia Hood, man, we're definitely gonna be about to get to kick this off, man. So for those of you guys who are true hip-hop fans, man, and been a fan of things like the Wake Up Show and have been following so many of the greats for years, man, you're probably no stranger to the person we're gonna bring on the mic. And for those of you guys who are, this is gonna be a great interview, because it's one thing to be able to sit here and say, yeah, we do interviews with hip hop artists and we get a chance to, just be a radio station and in that light, and then there's something to be able to take somebody out of their environment and do what we do here on the air. This isn't your normal everyday rap for me type of show. This is something special. So we're gonna get this kicking in just a second, man. But for those of you guys who are tuning in, because as always, we always got people coming in, man, and that's the beauty about this. We were just recapping things that were going on, man. Those of you guys catch up with us on the podcast over on iTunes. Check out Not For Hire. Check out that book. I'm on my 52 book challenge, so we were just reading through the Kabbalion right now. For those of you guys who know what time it is, that's what's up. And for those of you guys who don't, man, there's a whole lot of good things we got coming on the show, man, that we're going to be talking about. So that's exactly what time it is. Yeah, man, a whole lot of good stuff. As we go ahead and get this started, man, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be some good stuff that we got coming in. You want to go ahead and kick on this mic, Fabian? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Good to go, man. Oh, man, peace, man. What's good, man? For those of you guys who don't know and don't, this man needs no introduction to some rounds and some circles, man.
What's going on, man? How you been, bro?
I'm good. This is classic. And I say that because, for those of you guys out there in Radio Land, me and Michael, this is the first time we've actually met face to face.
Right.
And we've been running in the same circle for years now, and I'm gonna probably jog his memory when I say this right now, to perform with the brother over at Bob's Burgers in Pasadena or something along those lines, like a couple years back, man. So, and it was one of those things where I didn't get a chance to catch up with you then, but being in the same circles, man, and really just being about what the movement's about, man, it's inevitable. That's what time it is, man.
I mean, I've been around, so I'm not hard to catch up with. So.
Not at all, man. So for real quickly, man, those of you guys who don't know, man, go ahead and say a little introduction about yourself, man, so the people who get a little caught up right quick, and then we can dive into this.
My name is Mike. I rap from a small city called Carson, California.
That's right.
Happen to be from the same neighborhood as an MC named Razkaz, and I started it was in this group called the Western Hemisphere, and I was on the Wake Up Show. One of the original LA alumni, and
you know, man, I've been in the game. It's been 20 years now, man.
That's right,
That's
man.
crazy.
And I remember the Wake Up Show, man. That's really where I got a chance to get familiar with you and the name, and you know.
Yeah, it did a lot for me, man. Like I can't front, man. Like every time I see Sway, it's like, you know, like I can't be thankful enough, you know what I mean, for them allowing me to go up there pretty much every week for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, so many people heard it around the world that, you know, it's funny when I get people like, even like some of my contemporaries, like some people like Supernatural to come up to me and say verses that I said on the Wake Up Show, man. So it's crazy that you know, some of that stuff I don't even remember, man. But
word. Peace to Supernat too, man. Actually, I just ran into him over at the Beat Showcase in Pomona a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, he lives in Pomona now, man. So he's local for us anyway.
Yeah. For those of you guys in the listening audience, man, I did get a chance to talk to him about coming on the air, man. So like I said, a lot of good stuff coming for you guys this year, man. This is going to be interesting. But let's go ahead and kick this off, man. I was just talking to the audience right now, letting them know, like, you know, although we had the chance to sit down with you, this isn't the normal conversation that you would find on any kind of regular hip hop show.
All right.
You know, and this is Nubia Hood. You know, we got a chance to not only voice what it is that we're about and what we represent, but we get a chance to pay homage to those who are on their grind and on their path as well, man.
Right.
So for those of you guys who have been following the show, I read a post from Mike, well, like about a year ago now.
Probably,
maybe, a little less than. And you're gonna have to tell the story accurately after I butcher it right now.
Right.
But the post on Facebook was about how you were in the grocery store and either somebody was talking smack or there was just some sort of argument or something that went down. And the dude ended up being short, you know, cash wise over at the register.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know?
I actually thought you were talking about another post.
Right.
Yeah,
so many things happening in the year. Word.
Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
So before you tell that story, the reason why I even bring it up is because that is what inspired me to even ask you to come on the air. And it had to do with just really being a man and owning up to responsibilities, man. So go ahead and share that story.
Yeah, I was in the store, man, and I was behind this couple and they were short or whatever, you know, like mad short, like they weren't even close to having enough money for what they needed or whatever. So, you know, you can obviously tell that the dude was embarrassed or whatever. So, you know, the young lady was closest to me, so I you know, kind of with her like, hey, I'll take care of it. How much do you need?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she felt, you know, like humbled. You know what I mean? But he got upset. Like, like I was trying to, you know, talk to his girl or something. So he was like, nah, I don't need your help. And he got all funny and, you know, let his chest poke out. You know, he was like, man, you know, we could take it outside. I was like, man, look, man, it ain't even that deep, bro. I'm just trying to help. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to help, I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was like, nah, you know, so I ended up helping him anyway. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I told him, I was like, look, man, like, instead of getting all puffed up at me, man, why don't you, you know, holler at me, maybe I can help you find a job so you won't be in this predicament anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got young kids here. So, you know, it was kind of like a teaching moment. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't say that would have went down maybe 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, in my older years, wiser years, man, I felt compelled to help the brother out, man, you know, and you know, so hopefully, man, he took heed to what I said. You know what I mean? It was like after he, you know, let the air come out of his chest, he kind of came back down to earth and he kind of listened to what I had to say. You know, and I was like, yeah, it's not about a fight, man. If I beat you up, then what? You know what I'm saying? You still $15 short and your kids are still hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and then you got a black eye to tend to. So it's really not that deep. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help. So, and I forgot all about that, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, man. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, man. And to me, like just reading that, you know, like I said, this is our first chance really meeting. So, you know, I'm a big advocate of doing all that you can. You know what I mean? When I started this program, it was the idea of like, damn, I've done this, that, and the third. What else can I do right now? You know what I mean? Everybody could do that much more. And so when this program came into place and then reading that post, to me, it was seeing that reflection of, you know what, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and this is that much more.
Right.
And we'll kind of get into that. You know, I had my seed, my firstborn, probably about 2 months. You just had
I had my second.
The second. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to me, that was also the correlation. Like, you know, I see it. You doing your thing and right along the same side that I'm doing mine, man.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like people see social media and, you know, it's got its pros and its cons.
Yep.
You know what I mean? For me, I use it as a platform for people that know me through music, you know, to kind of get to see the real me. You know what I mean? And know that I'm human. I make mistakes. I have, you know, I get flat tires. I get, you know what I mean? I'm not no celebrity like that. I'm just, somebody that people respect for something that I've done, but it's all about me just trying to be the proper role model. You know what I mean? For people that respect what I do and they listen to me. Somehow I got some type of influence on them. So, they get to see me. So people hit me up on my inbox all the time, like, man, you made me become a better father. Like, and that means more to me than you buying any record I've ever made. You know what I mean? Word. The fact that I affect people in that respect, you know what I'm saying? It hits home. Yep. From people like, I get people hit me on, like young dudes, man, or young ladies hit me up like, yeah, my boyfriend's a big fan of yours, man. And he's been paying more attention to the kids now, man. He said, because you post pictures of your kids all the time, you guys always seem happy. And I was like, yeah, that's really my life, bro. Like, my life is really that, you know what I mean? And stuff that I post, man, like I could really have a reality show. Like I have like the funniest moments, man. That's why I kind of like Facebook, man. Cause I'll post like that story in particular. That's one. I had a few other stories, man, when people come up to me, like especially older ladies in the grocery store, because they see me with them two kids, man. I got the baby backpack on, and pushing the stroke, like, and they like, can't believe that somebody who looks like me is taking care of his kids.
You're absolutely right on that one, man.
And so I get almost offended by it. You know what I mean? Like, I get offended by when people say, oh, you talk very articulate. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to talk like? You know what I mean? Like, I did graduate from college, so I should talk, I don't talk hip hop slang all the time, only in my music, you know what I'm saying? So you hear me talk regular, I'm, pretty rare. I used to teach middle school, so I'm always cognizant of how I speak, especially in public, because I know it's a reflection of, I'm a reflection of what people's interpretation of hip hop is.
Word. Where did you teach at?
I teach at a middle school called Henry Clay in LA, in South Central.
Word.
124th and Western.
Yeah.
Bottom of the bottoms.
Shouts out to my Amani High School students out there listening, man.
Word up.
Word, man. Yeah, I've been in education as well, man. I know that path, man, and what it really feels like to have not just like the youth, man, but the youth about to become an adult. Really look at you and get a key understanding of what it is you're trying to convey to them, man. Right. Whether it be the actual lesson in curriculum or just some modest help, they're coming to you.
Right. And I had I taught special ed, so I had the severely emotionally disturbed kids. So those were the kids who were labeled as ADHD or mentally retarded or that type. Well, that's not the proper word to use anymore. I think it's intellectually disabled. And it was just more than just teaching them. It was just trying to give them some hope. Word. And then some, just be a role model. Like, kids would tell me all the time, like, I've never met a person that I looked up to that wasn't doing crime or, like, you talk funny. Like, that was always the thing. They say, you talk funny just because I don't talk in slang all the time. Like, I can get down with you. I'm from the corner too, but it's just not, it's, when you come from the inner city, man, you learn two languages, man. You learn how to speak job interview and you learn how to speak homie talk. So
indeed, man, so you
just gotta, but it was good. It was a good lesson for me because I taught young. I was 22 when I taught. So I grew up, learning that, people looking up to me. So I gotta be careful of how I carry myself. So
indeed,
I make sure I always carry myself in a proper way.
Word. I'm glad you even saying it like that because like on this show, we really homed in on, understanding their language, understanding the etymology and the word and the use of the words, not only just in the common way that we speak, but especially pertaining to law. We really try to dive in the books here and understand. 2 weeks ago, we were going in on UCC 1308 and really just understanding sovereignty and all kinds of the smile came out. I saw that.
That's big.
Yeah, and it's just part of not even saying we know what we're talking about, but that we need a deeper understanding. You know what I mean? Right. We know that as a people and as a community, that's what we lack. We lack understanding, understanding, overstanding, and any way of the Trinity you choose to look at it, man.
Exactly.
So those of you guys listening, audience, man, we're gonna take a small break right now, get to some good music. We're gonna be vibing out with Mykill Myers some more right now. You guys, newbiehoodradio.com program. Stay tuned.
Man, you know me, I'm from out that cabbage. Homie Carson, California, man, we just that savage. Watch me ravage the village, man, I murdered the village. When I'm live on stage, man, you know I'ma kill it. Yo, I'm like Moses turning water into blood. Stick the mic in the ground and the frogs came from mud. Then come the natural life, then come the flies. Every animal in my vicinity, you die. Then comes the boils and the thunder and the hail. Then the locusts and the darkness and your firstborn male. You can press your luck, you don't wanna mess with us. Watch me turn these fucking live shows into Exodus. You can call me Pestilence, my rap skills is excellent. I should warn you, walking in my shoes, man, it's perilous. These rap dudes make you petulant. The kind of music they make, many's raps heads credulous.
I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated.
I declare lyrical warfare. Anyone in my path's getting destroyed there. Man, I'm here for another tour. I've been deployed to punish the enemy to end another war. The war on the rap scene, and I'm the poison virus in your bloodstream, and they're the vaccine. These young boys act mean, but they drag queen. Them bastards frontin' on my name, yo, they blaspheme. The skinny jean killing machine out of the 90s. I've been where you ain't never been, it's hard to find me. Man, I'm dope like 2cc, that's why I wear a black fitted hat with 2 C's, and that's the Carson Coach, yo, man, my arsenal. Pack chainsaws, the bats, homie, yo, slaughter, yo. Zip code, them bullets riddle your lymph nodes. Now you require to move the fiscal syndrome.
I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated.
On the subject of critical, hip-hop is too judgmental and now I'm cynical. A sick individual, your lyricals is minuscule. With a pencil put in the hospital cause I'm hospitable. I guess I'm old cause I'm angry and disgruntled now. Monkey see, monkey do, man, the game's the jungle now. I used to wonder how these niggas get the nerve, get on stage and spit nothing like they moving them with words. I carry verbs like conjunction, homies. And me and my homies get together, yo, we build like construction, homie. I used to be at every function, homie. But now I only show up on the stage, need some destruction, homie. Ask me to get loose, and I said I will. They say a storm is coming, no, it's Hurricane Mykill. Yo, I'm like a category 5, flow for cold. Everybody on the land, homie, die.
I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. I hit the planet like a plague. The book of Revelations, red dragon with 10 horns and 7 heads. My salvation is celebrated. My salvation is celebrated. We are
we are back, man. NewbieHoodRadio.com. My name is Joseph J. Santana. You guys are tuned in to the Not For Hire program. We are on live, man, with Michael Myers inside of the air, man. We got it cracking. Is this mic on, Fabian? Did we do that?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's right. You got the Megatron voice going on.
Just got over a cold, man. So I'm trying to. But this is my regular speaking voice, though. I don't usually speak in it, man, because I people can't really hear me because it's so deep. But
word,
raspy.
Man. So for those of you guys just tuning in, man, we got a rare interview going on with Michael Myers, and rare as it always is, just being on this program, man, because you know we don't ask the normal orthodox kind of questions as we always usually hear. So actually stumbling in on that vein, man, we were talking a lot about education right now. You're going back to school, right?
Yes, sir.
What are you going back for right now?
Trying to get my master's in social work, man.
Woo! Masters in social work.
Yeah, I want to do, some counseling and some marriage, family therapy, stuff like that.
Word.
Yeah.
What got you into that realm?
Been affiliated with LA County Probation for 12 years, and actually 12 years on the first.
On this side of the fence or the other side of the fence?
The other side of the fence, locked up. So with the juveniles. So I started a lot of programs in the juvenile halls. Like I started a program for the kids with mental health needs.
Word.
So we started a program called the Enhanced Supervision Unit, and just for kids with mental health disorders that have been diagnosed with certain mental health disorders or whatever, or been clinically diagnosed or been hospitalized, through the psych ward and whatnot.
Wow.
And then we just recently started a program for the developmentally disabled. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them getting arrested. You know what I mean? So they're mixed in with the general population, and they're easily influenced. And so we started that program or whatever. We're starting a prison rape program that'll probably be up and running in the next 4 or 5 months.
Wow, man, that's big.
So, I started a newsletter in there called The Beat Within. So we're in 75 jails now, around the globe. So
wow,
to get a chance for them to kind of express themselves either through lyrics or through writing or poetry or art, whatever it is, just kind of give them an outlet and event, So yeah, man. I'm deep in the game, man. Like
I see
there's
that.
a lot of people that don't know that.
Right.
It's just not something that I really promote, but anybody that knows me in the streets of LA, they see me out there.
That's respect, man. I'm really a big advocate of like what Homeboy Industries is doing. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm affiliated with them because I've been with the juvenile halls forever. So
word.
I know a lot of them guys, man. They do good work.
They do. They really do, man. That's crazy, brother. I even had some family of mine. They had this program going like 3 years back, where they were going to different prisons and taking the studio gear and just giving them a chance for like the day to be able to get into that environment and just do whatever it was that they wanted to do.
When I was a line staff, we used to have a thing called the Rap Olympics, where it would be like you get a group of guys that want to rap. So the first round is you have to freestyle 8 bars, and then the next round 12 bars on different topics, and then you get past that round and you have to freestyle a whole 16 bars based on topics that that get drawn out of a hat, and then those who win get to perform for the whole hall.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So Big Boy was one of the judges, and
wow,
at Will I Am back in the day to come through. So we used to do a lot, man. That was when it was kind of fun to kind of do it. It's a lot of politics and red tape now. Everything is what I call showbiz politics now. They want to make it look like we're doing a whole lot, but they're not actually doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can get that grant money or whatever money, and I'm not down with that. So
I was just gonna say the B word, man. Budget.
Yeah, but so now I had a nonprofit that would fund stuff like that, so the county wouldn't have to worry about dipping into their budget. Like, wow. I got it. Let's just do it. I just need a platform for it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing now. So I'm doing a lot of work with Chuck D coming up next year or this year.
Oh,
in the next year, man. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming.
That's what's up, man. We probably could have like 3 or 7 whole shows just on that right there.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. I got some really into speech pathology. And they work with, people who have like brain disorders, those kind of special needs and circumstances.
Right.
So it's crazy to hear that you're coming in that same light and vein, because it seems like more and more people are starting to pay attention to that. I know, like we just had the unfortunate passing of that girl who was tasered, recently, and I know that just surfaced up on the Facebook news. We talk a lot about Facebook news over here.
Right.
But it's just crazy to know, man, that we're not just fighting for the same things that we've always been fighting for now. Like the consciousness is shifting.
Right. Yeah. It's knowledge is power, man, and a lot of times, what you don't know, you're afraid of. But working hand in hand with juvenile halls for 12 years, man, I really get to see the bottom of the pudding cup as far as society's concerned. So, but I also see where the cracks are and what needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? And how we can go about repairing it. It's only so much you can do while they're detained. Everything it can start there, but it needs to be focused on when they get out. They need somewhere to go. They need a job. They need hope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids don't have hope, man. Talking to some of these kids, man, is some of the most depressing stuff I've ever heard. To hear 18-year-olds say like I ain't got nothing to live for. I'm like, bro, I don't even remember what I was doing when I was 18. You know what I mean? So I can't even tell you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I didn't start rapping until I was 19. You know, so you'd have told me when I was 19 that I've been around the world 7, 8 times and been to pretty much every continent except Iceland. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought you were, you know, lying. So, you know, I tell them all the time, you guys are a mouse click away from whatever you want to do. It's just a matter of focusing, man. Like I didn't even have the internet when I was in high school.
Right.
So
that's
I go back to the encyclopedias, bro. You know
a mouse click away, man. That's the generation we're in right
that's
now.
What we at. It's a mouse click, a remote away from, you know, having the world at your fingertips, man. So I couldn't imagine having Google while I was in high school. I'd have never failed the test. Kidding me?
I would have never did anything, man. Right. I would have seen it all on Google and learned better.
Google already, man. So you know, it's you know, they have avenues and options, man. It's just, you know, they come from such destitute situations that they can't even see past them and know that there is greener pastures. You just got to be there. It's exposure.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, you know? Man. Indeed. That's crazy. And just so that to tie that in too, next week we actually got a brother coming down who went through his own struggles with drugs and whatnot, and now is counseling people out of like AA, drug counseling, and like
those are the best counselors too, man. People who've been through it, they can tell you better than, you know, other people can. You know what I mean?
Indeed,
like
man.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to go into marriage family therapy, was because, you know, I've been through a whole lot of bad relationships. You know what I'm saying? Some my own doing, others is just, you know, picking the wrong people. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I suffer from depression. So I know what it's like to have that shadow on your back every day. You know what I mean? Right. No matter how much happy or how much goodness you got going on, man, that shadow is always tapping you on the shoulder like, yeah, anytime you're ready, man, we can go off the deep end. You know what I mean? So, you know,
I can only laugh because I know which shadow you're talking about.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it's you know, I can talk about it now, man. I couldn't have done this when I was 30. I was running from all that stuff, man. You know what I mean? So, it was part of why I rap about the stuff that I do. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of dark and kind of edgy. Is that's my vent. Music is my vent. You know what I mean? It's my therapy. So it's the way to release that anger and aggression. That's so right. I don't take it out on myself.
That's respect, man. I'm glad you opened up on that one, man.
Yeah, it's you'll be surprised, man. Like people, you know, I talk to people all the time, man. Like sometimes I'll see somebody's Facebook post and I can see the suicidal ideation in the jest.
Right.
And I'll hit them in the inbox like, man, whenever you need to speak, man, just let me know. I'm here.
That's respect, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I've had them days, man, where I just want to talk. I don't care who it is. I just want to get it out. No. You know what I'm saying? So,
speaking on the marriage counseling, I do see you posting a lot about you and the queen, man, and it seems like the family bond is strong.
It varied, man. Like this is my second marriage, so I can speak to what a bad relationship is like, and I can speak to what a good one. And we yin and yang, man. We fit. You know what I mean? Like we grew up on different sides of the tracks. You know what I mean? So. But the common bond is that I respect her as a friend more so than anything. It starts there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so she's smart enough to allow me to think that I'm running things. So
where's the Tibetan bowl when you need it?
You know what I'm saying? So she lets me think that I'm running things. So it my ego's never damaged. You know what I mean? Plus she allows me the space and the opportunity to still do music.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And she won't let me quit.
Space and opportunity, man. Those are two words that are big in a relationship. And
it's paramount, man.
Yeah.
Like if it don't, and the respect is in that same vein too, is that we just got a mutual respect for one another. So I want to see her win as much as she wants to see me win. You know what I mean? So I'm pushing her to do some of the things that she's been dreaming about. Like, hey, we can do it. Like,
that's tight.
You know, and she stays pushing me, man. Like, you know, like I got a tour next month or in April. I'll be gone for a month. You know, so it's gonna be tough with two little dudes, man. Because I got them every day, so I know what it's like. But you know, she's like, no, I know you need to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
for those of you guys at home right now, like, really, he's really talking about this. Like, you gotta understand what it's really like to be in a great relationship. First off,
right,
and then to have that person actually believe in what you do, to be able to say, "I'll see you in a month," and know that not only they're gonna hold down the house and the family and make sure everything's straight, but they're gonna be right there with the love and support the whole way through. I know what that's about.
Yeah, it's real, man. If it wasn't for her, I don't know. I really don't know where I'd be right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'd probably still be doing music. I don't know at what level. You know what I mean? But she's been holding me down, man. So
that's what's up, man.
I try to reciprocate that.
Yeah.
So
now's that time and age where everybody's clearing out their closets too, man.
Man,
so.
I'm 40, bro. I ain't got time to be chasing skirts in the club no more.
Right.
So I'm very happy with what I have at home. I'm very happy with what we have and what we built.
Word.
You know, and it's only gonna get better. So
I'm glad you said your age right now too, because we deal with a lot of the elders on the show, man, and you know the ones who are carrying the torch right now, so to speak, holding it down. And even from the elders and the older generations and the younger generations, man, a common theme that we always run into on the air and off the air when we're talking, you know, outside, is, you know, a lot of the elders right now aren't passing down the torch. You know?
Yeah, it's our fault, man. We dropped the ball, definitely, man. You
Word.
know, so whenever I can give a helping hand to any artist, man, I will do whatever it takes to make sure that they learn
Word.
that the stuff that I missed, you know what I mean, or the stuff that nobody taught me. You
Indeed.
know what I'm saying? So I got a young lady that I'm dealing with now named Mykill, you know, who I just happened to meet via Facebook. You know what I mean? And she posted some music. I liked it. Told her I liked it. She told me she was a fan of mine, and so we just kept communication, and she put an album out and she made some mistakes, and I told her what she could do to, you know, to get it out in different avenues, and we've been rolling ever since, man. We talk every day.
Word.
You know what I mean? And she's like, I'm grateful for her because I need her energy too, because she's so young and vibrant and unjaded like I am. So, you know, there's things that I miss because I'm jaded. Like, I'm like, you know, I've been in this business 20 years, man. I seen the worst of the worst and the best of the best. So sometimes it's hard for me to see past that. I don't know, that dude looks shady or that dude sounds shady. You know what I mean? So I need a breath of fresh air to kind of to see their perspective, so I can get the whole 360 view of it all. So.
Definitely. Talking about the business right quick, and just you really been in it for 20 years. You really had some great successes in this, man. And I say that like we were just talking off the air right now. You've had a great run of success with, you know, licensing and getting your music in sync. Talk a little. We kind of joked right now saying how that was like the hidden secret.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Speak on that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, back in 2000 and for those who don't know, I used to be on a label called Ill Boogie, which was distributed through Caroline, which was a sister company of EMI. So once that deal folded in 2002, I was kind of left in the wind. You know what I'm saying? And I thought because of my success of my first two albums that it would be real easy to get another situation, but the industry was shifting at that time. So MP3s were really, really big. Vinyl was kind of, you know, getting pushed back, and it was all about MP3s and CDs. You know, so I wasn't educated enough in the business to know exactly what I needed to do. So I read every book that I could on how to do it myself. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Plus, I don't really like to ask for help. You know what I mean? I don't mind asking for it if I need it, but if I can do it myself, and it's just a matter, just go learn it. You know? So I learned everything I could. I learned how to do mix. I learned how to get in front of, like, you know, when I started in the studio, we had 2-inch reels, bro. We had to lay Simpty, and you know what I'm saying, and do it like that. And then
these guys don't know what Simpty is.
No idea. And we went from that to ADATs to, you know, to DATs, and then, you know, then Pro Tools came about. So I learned Pro Tools. I learned the window. I learned Cubase, because you never know what studio you put in. So
indeed.
So I learned it, you know, the business that way, and then, you know, some people that I knew working for a publishing house, and they were like, we were doing music licensing. I was like, all right, cool. So I sent them all my stuff and didn't even think about a check or nothing like that.
Right.
Then like 3 years later, I started getting these publishing checks like, whoa, I ain't then. So let me figure this out. So I started figuring out what it was about. And then, you know, so then you meet people and you network. Networking is still the biggest, you know, asset for you, especially if you're independent. So, you know, because you never know where somebody's at next year.
Indeed.
You know what I mean? So some people that I met at an ASCAP convention started a company called Sound Exchange. You know what I mean? So
wow, there you go. That's a little hidden jewel for those of you guys who are in your publishing.
Yeah. So look, I'm at the convention. I want to say it was 2009, maybe 2010, and it's me and Aloe Black. This is before he became the man. I'm the man, and we see our name on a list of people that need to get paid. So we look, and it was like the same people I met from Sound Exchange years before when they were talking about starting the company.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So they helped me out too. So, and then I got with a couple companies and, checked the website, and it was a company called Pump Audio. I sent my music to them, and
Wow.
they got my stuff out, and, they liked my stuff, and people kept using it. So instead of just allowing them to do everything, I start calling the stations. So I start calling the Food Network and, different stations like, hey, you guys are using my music. Is there anything else you need from me? You know what I'm saying? Let's kind of cut out the middleman. Let's kind of work that way. So they were like, oh, we got this show, man. We got this reality show. Maybe you want to be music supervisor for. And then we happened to be being Bobby Brown.
Wow. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So even though it was one season, it was, a nice little piece of change for me. And then that jumped over to like, oh, you know what? VH1 is starting a show. Maybe, I'll send it to my guy over there. And so I went and met them, and they were like, yeah, we got this show called Flavor of Love, with Flavor Flav. And I was like, all right, I'll do the music for it.
This is a key example of you never know who's doing what in the industry right here.
You never know, bro. Like, that's why I tell everybody every time, man, everything is an opportunity. Even if it's a bad experience, it's an opportunity for you to learn what it is. I could have blew off those meetings like, they don't want my stuff. They don't want this hip hop stuff that I do.
Right.
And they were like, nah, we want all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that went from, I did 2 seasons of Flavor of Love, and then, I still do the Kardashians, did America's Next Top Model, so a lot of shows, especially the Food Network. My favorite show is Chop. They use my stuff every episode.
Word.
So, my sons are real happy about that.
Oh, I bet.
That's Christmas, birthday, Lego, Hot Wheel money right there. So,
oh, man. And that's good money right now for the kids, man.
Definitely, man. So that's why I've been in the business 20 years.
That's what's up,
If it wasn't for that, I'd have gave this stuff up a long time ago. Man. I only do albums so I can tour, man. That's the only reason why I do it.
Right now, because that's a big thing, man. We got to keep it rocking right quick, get to some good music. Great conversation right now. We live with Mykill Myers. You guys are tuned into the Not For Hire program, radio.com. Stay tuned, stick around, man. Peace.
Anybody I might along. Life is a tour, I sit and ride along. Taking some notes and then I write the songs. I'm staring down the road, my life is gone. Is this where I belong? Is it wrong to not believe in right and wrong? My mental state is fucking me up, and I cried upon while asking you for some answers, but we don't have that type of bond. Now my desire's gone with the way that I've been living lately. If I died right now, you turn the fire on. Sick of this bullshit. Niggas call me a sellout, cause I hopped to Christianity so strongly then I fell out. I'm avoiding questions like a scared dog with his tail down. Feeling so damn humiliated cause they looking at me like I'm hellbound. What story should I tell now? I'll just expose the truth. I'm so close to the fucking edge, I should be close to you. But who the fuck are you? You never show the proof. And I'm only fucking human, yo, what am I supposed to do? There's way too many different religions with vivid descriptions, begging all fucking men and women to listen. I can't even beat my dick without getting convicted. These ain't wicked decisions, I got different intentions. I've been itching to get it, I've been giving assistance, but the whole fucking system is twisted. Now I'm dealing with this backlash because Marcus isn't a Christian, and I've been told that my sinful life is an addiction. But I can't buy it, it's just too hard to stand beside it. I need an answer, humans can't provide it. I look at the earth, the sun, and I can tell a genius man designed it. It's truly mind-blowing, I can't deny it. Is heaven real? Is it fake? Is it really how I fantasize it? Where's the Holy Ghost at? How long does it take a man to find it? My mind's a non-stop tape playing and I can't rewind it. You gave me the Bible and expect me not to analyze it? I'm frustrated and you provoked it. I'm not reading that motherfucking book because a human wrote it. I have a fucking brain, you should know it. You gave it to me to think, to avoid every useless moment. It was a mission that I had to abort, cause humans be lying with such an inaccurate source. It's gonna be hard to put me back on the course. Next Jehovah's Witness to come on my porch, I swear I'm slamming the door. A lot of folks believe it though, but I'm not surprised. Humans are fucking dumb, still thinking that Pac's alive. I ain't trying to take your legacy and torture down. I'm just saying, I ain't heard shit from the horse's mouth. Just sheep always telling stories of older guys who were notarized like you and you finally vocalized. Now I'm supposed to bow my head and close my eyes and somehow let the Holy Ghost arise? Sounds like a fucking poltergeist. Show yourself and the boom is done. Every rumor's gone, I no longer doubt the shit, you're the one. I'll admit that my simple ways were stupid fun, and all my old habits can hop on the roof to plunge. I donate to a charity that could use the funds. Fuck the club instead of bitches. I'd hang with a group of nuns, and everyone I ran into would know what I came to do. I wouldn't take a step unless it was in the name of you. I hate the fact that I have to believe you haven't been chatting with me like you did Adam and Eve, and I ain't seen no fucking talking snake unravel from trees with an apple to eat. That shit never happens to me. I don't know if you do or don't exist. It's driving me crazy. Send your condolences. This is me reaching to you, so don't forget if hell is truly a pit of fire and I get thrown in it, I'ma probably regret the fact that I ever wrote this shit. My gut feeling says it's all fake. I hate to say it, but fuck it, shit, I done lost faith. This isn't a small phase. My perspectives all changed. My thoughts just keep picking shit apart all day. And in my mind, I make perfect sense. If you aren't real, then all my prayers aren't worth a cent. That won't mean that I can just make up what my purpose is, and I can sit in church and just say fuck in the services. Man, what if Jesus was a facade? Then that would mean the government's God. I feel like they've been brainwashing us with a lot, so much that we don't even notice that we're stuck in the box. Man, everything is what if. Why is it always what if? Planet Earth, what if? The universe, what if? My sacrifice, what if? My afterlife, what if? Every fucking thing that deals with you is fucking suspect. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. This is my fucking life and I'm living it. I'm having fun. If you really care for me, prove that I need to live carefully. But I'll be damned if I put my own pleasure aside for an afterlife that isn't even guaranteed. We are you, and you're us. Stop playing games. My life's all I got, and heaven is all in my brain. And when I feel I'm in hell, my ideas are what get me through pain. Do as you please, and I'll just do me. I'm a human, I'll stay in my lane. Ill mind. It's us find power. Live life find power. It's us find power. Live life find power.
And we are back. See, I had to double check that the whole way through, man. NewbieHoodRadio.com, man. My name is Joseph J. Susana. You guys are tuned into the Not for Hire program. We got special guests in the building, Mykill Myers. Yes, indeed, man. So, before we even jump to anything I was about to jump into, man, you said probably the most amazing words of advice right now, talking about belief off the air, man. You want to share that with the people out there?
Yeah, man. You have to believe in yourself and believe that whatever it is you do is good enough. Whether 100 people tell you that it's not, it's about you believing in it first. You know, like I ran into Eazy-E before he passed away, and he told me, he was like, yeah, if I can sell dope, I can sell music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of people believing in me, like people character, whether it was fact or fiction or not. People believed in that, and people bought that off of that. You know, people bought NWA because they believed it, because it was organic, it was fresh, it was new, and it was speaking to a certain section of people, especially at that time.
Yep.
You know, so I've been told no 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've sat in offices. I sat at, you know, Geffen, you know, and sat with, you know, Joseph Weinberger, and sat with all the big executives, and them telling me that they're going to do this and do that, and then said no. You know what I mean? I had a record deal with A&M. They gave me a $30,000 advance, and then 6 months later said, you know what, we don't want to do your kind of music here.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what that feels like. You know, you feel defeated. You feel like, you know, you're not worth it, but I always believed in myself. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I'm here.
Word.
You know.
Word.
So,
right before we took the break, man, you were talking about how that's kind of like the aspiration for being able to do tours and stuff like that, man. Where does that picture really fall into play? Because I know how hard it is to keep that balance. You know what I mean? You're talking about home, you're talking about school, and you know, we're joking about 10 million jobs and things to do as you're over here promoting the next interview you got going on next, man. And like I said, man, we know what it means to us to be able to do this and to have that kind of support.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I got a friend of mine, man. By the name of Anthony. His name is Tony Clifton, one of my artists on my label. And he reminds me all the time when I get down about I'm not at where I want to be at, you know. And he was like, "But look where you are, though. Like, you can't forget, you know, look back and see how far you've come." You know what I'm saying? So I always have to be reminded of that. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm looking so further in the future, I forget the present. You know what I'm saying? And where I'm at right now and how I was able to get here. You know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, I got 1,000,001 things that I do, but there's 1,000,001 people that would love to be me.
Indeed.
You know what I mean?
Well said on that one, man. Indeed. You know, we had I had a chance to do an interview with brother the Black Dot on Friday. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
He wrote the Hip Hop Decoded. And one thing that he said was that, you know, I get so caught up in doing what I'm doing that I'm not doing it for me or the people right now. I'm doing it for the future seasons to come.
Right.
You know what I mean? The babies that are coming out, right, and realize, you know, like that frustration sets in, man.
Right.
Like I know for myself personally, balance is like the biggest thing I've been trying to overcome for years. Balance and everything. Everything's got its duality and its polarity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's good to be able to vent with somebody on this because you're saying things right now where it's like, man, I tell my boy all the time, you know, like I don't know how far we're gonna get up this mountain, but I promise you could look back and say, damn.
Right. And you have to look at it too, man. Like when you really look at it in the big scheme of things, the big picture, man, look at who else is on the mountain with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can look back and see how far you come on the mountain, but then notice that it's just you two on the mountain.
Word.
That you guys had the courage and the wherewithal to keep pushing to get to that level of the mountain. So that's important too, a part of the journey. Like you can't forget that the work that you put in to get to where you at, and know that it's going to take a little more work to get to the top.
Indeed. If you ever get to the top.
If you ever get to the top. Some people are meant to get to the top.
Indeed. I know my road. I'm not meant to get to the top. I'm meant to get someone else.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I just want to know that what I've been able to do when you look back at my discography and my legacy in this game, that, you know, people, that's all I ever wanted from it. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, I met Jay-Z, man, and he was excited, you know, when I seen him, and he was like, "What's up, Mike?" And I was like, "Oh, word." You know, like, yeah, you had the joint, the Freddie Fox joint. And I was like, "Oh, all right, cool."
Word.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to be like you." And he was like, "Nah, just keep doing you, man, because we're just at the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm just as important as you are.
Man.
We just at different ends."
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And that stuff like that resonates with me.
I didn't even get told that, but I felt good hearing that.
You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like when people that, you know, you looked up to as a child, you know, become your contemporaries, it does something. When I met Chuck D, was the same way. He knew everything about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, you don't know. I was you in junior high school. I had every hat that you had in every video. I played you in I did like 2 talent shows, and I did Fight the Power, like Knock It Off. You know what I'm saying? Like you're Chuck D. You know who you are.
Yeah, right. You know why? You know who you are.
Right. And so, you know, I gave him my CD, and he asked me to autograph it.
Wow.
And that like put things into perspective for me. Like, okay, maybe I've been doing something right.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
so,
brother.
Absolutely. I get caught up in, like, I don't really take myself that serious. So, which is why, you know, people like, "Oh, he's so humble." It's like, I really don't take myself that serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a dude. I put on pants one leg at a time like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get caught up in that. And people will call me a legend, and it's very uncomfortable for me to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a legend, then what the hell is Stevie Wonder? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I appreciate it.
That's
you know
dope,
what
man.
But
That's dope.
like, I don't. He's a legend. It's a stretch, but you know.
You
but I appreciate the respect. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to let me know that they respect what I do, and I've been doing it for a while, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? Legend? I don't think so, but
I'm sure for anybody, man, you know, whether your stature or any stature, it's a humbling experience, man, to be able to look at someone who you look up to and see them looking right back at you.
Like Chuck D was that dude.
That's
you know what I mean?
dope,
So
man.
when I'm in those circles, it's like, you know, I feel like Cinderella. It's like, yeah, I'm great, you know, but I know the ball is coming at 12 midnight. I got to get back home, man, for these Air Force Ones turning into flip-flops. So,
man, that actually brings me right on point to what I wanted to talk about next, man. In order to even get to that level or that mind state, I should say, that's a great level of discipline. You know what I mean? Huge.
Definitely.
And I know you just went through a whole lot with discipline. And, you know, me and Brother Marcus was talking about these senior pictures, and you were like, you were a lot bigger. You know what I mean? Wasn't sure. Talk a little bit about that, man.
A couple years ago, man, 2 years ago, actually, almost to the date, a cousin of mine passed away. He was 47. He passed away of a massive heart attack. He was 300-something pounds or something like that. And about 5'8", about my height.
Wow.
You know? And so I went to the doctor just after that, and I was 392 pounds. and I was 38 years old, and I was like, he left 2 kids behind. His daughter was 6, and his other son was 3 or 4 at the time. And I just had my youngest son, my oldest son at the time, and I was looking at him, and I was like, if I'm gonna pass away, it's not gonna be because I've been irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a car accident, plane crash, and it was just God's will. But it won't be for me being irresponsible and disrespecting what I've been given. You know what I'm saying? So I made a conscious decision to just eliminate certain things in my life. You know what I mean? So, I don't smoke. I do drink on occasion. You know what I mean? But I took out pretty much all white food.
Word.
I don't really drink white milk. I don't really
that's interesting the way you said that. Yeah. White foods.
Yeah, white foods are heavy in, starch and flour and
the bleach stuff.
The bleach stuff, exactly. So I don't do white rice, you know what I'm saying? I don't do refined sugar. You know what I mean? I've been really getting into this paleo thing. It's been a struggle, but knowledge is power, man. Like I watched a documentary called Hungry for Change, and I was blown away at the level of ignorance that I had about food. Like I just, I consider myself a pretty intelligent dude, but I was watching it like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, what is that? So I started looking at all the stuff that I, was putting in my body and was like, man. So, like I said, I was 393, man. On October 6th, 2013, I was 392 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And so I told my doctor then, I was like, this is what we're going to do. And so she was like, yeah, I believe you can do it. Like you're one of the few people that I know that have the mental discipline to be able to do it. Just the mere fact that you came in with a game plan tells me that you're 3 steps ahead of everybody else. Right. So it's been a struggle, you know what I'm saying? But we're on 251.
Wow.
Right now. So I've lost, a whole 10th grader.
Everybody has a different analogy.
You know what I'm saying? So I put it in a rhyme recently, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though I lost so much, man, I'm a better person, even though I'm half the man I used to be.
Word.
You know what I mean? Word. So, but it feels good to, to see people recognize that. You know what I mean? Man. So, and you really don't realize, man, like, heavy people are in denial. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much that they're lazy or that, it's just a level of ignorance and comfortable. Like food is comfort and food is a drug. Sugar is the deadliest drug on the planet. Word. It's way more deadlier than crack, and heroin, meth.
You heard it from him because I say that damn near every show.
And it's something. So like I don't drink anything but water, bro. Like I just drink water, tea, occasional coffee because I'm up all day. But I didn't put any sugar in there. I used the creamer. You know what I'm saying? Creamer got enough sugar in it. So I try to eliminate most of the sugar. I don't drink juice at all. Word. I don't drink soda at all. I never really was a soda drinker anyway, other than chasing it with some alcohol. But so yeah, I just I'm conscious of what goes in now. So like I'm a fanatic. Everything I do 110%. So just the mere fact that I'm researching on like how to not use sugar. Like me and my wife found out a way to not use bread anymore. So like we made grilled cheese. Made grilled cheese with cauliflower, bro.
There you go.
So I was like, something I learned on the internet. I was like, damn, like I just couldn't believe like this. To me, it's fun. Maybe because it's so new, but it's fun. And like I said, I don't like to be the dumb kid in the class. So I like to read up. Like I got more useless knowledge than most people will ever learn. I just read up on anything I feel is interesting. So yeah, man, I just don't want to know.
I'm really glad you said it like that, man. I had another brother come on the show. You may be familiar with him, Demix. Word. I had him come on the show. What was it? Well, now too. Actually, he was like one of the first ones we had on the program, and he just realized he lost the equivalent of a baby giraffe. So you lost a 10th grader, right. He lost the baby giraffe. And he shared the story with us on the air about what brought him to that. And you're absolutely right, man. People are, it's not so much like a denial, like, of what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a denial in the fact that like I'm just gonna blatantly disrespect it, but it's more of I don't want to bring this to the surface right now. Right. And he told the story he told us on the air was he was with his boys. He hadn't seen him forever, and they went to Six Flags. And this dude's a comic book fanatic, and he was like, "We hitting Batman. That's what's up." He got on Batman, and it was too tight. And he realized right then and there.
That was another reason too, man. I went to Magic Mountain, or no, not Asbury Farm, when me and my wife were dating, and it was like 3 or 4 rides I couldn't get on.
Wow.
I couldn't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to have to get the extra belt in the airport. You know what I mean? Because I was sitting in, going overseas, man, flying 17 hours, cramped up like this, man, it's not the business. You know what I mean? So, but that was a daily operation for me.
Wow.
That was the life I lived. You know what I'm saying? Like when you walk into a room, you're looking at the chairs and make sure if you sit in it don't break. You know, hit home. You know, I can talk about it now. I couldn't talk about this 2 years ago.
Word.
You know what I mean? But these are secrets that every big person is living with. I know it. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell people like, what do you do? I'm like, ain't no magic pill, man. The magic's in the work.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what I did the first 30 days, man. I ate 1 meal a day. I had 3 protein shakes for breakfast, lunch, and a snack for 30 days just to discipline myself. Wasn't for anything else. It was just like, can I do it? And if I can do it, then I can do anything.
Indeed, man.
You know what I'm saying? So then it was smaller portions. Like my wife she started, we used to have these big plates that we got from Macy's for our wedding, big, huge square plates. And she started putting all the food on these little plates. And so the first day I didn't even notice it. And the second day I was like, just keep putting it in a little plate. So by like after the third day, I'm like, babe, why you keep putting this stuff on a little plate? She was like, because I'm trying to make sure you like it looks fuller, even though it's smaller. Yep. You know, so I'm like, all right, that makes sense. So it's psychological warfare going on.
Indeed.
And it's like that to this day. You know what I'm saying? Sweets are that's my drug of choice.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we can talk about sugar for hours.
You know what I mean? So it's a struggle, man. To like, you know, especially because my schedule is so topsy-turvy, you know, it's real easy to go to Jack in the Box right quick and get whatever, you know. And so I don't eat fast food at all, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm forced to, it's whatever salad that they got.
Yep.
And even those are, you know.
Yeah. When I was on the road and on tour, man, I was sitting there going to Walmart, whatever one I could find on the 24-hour, and like, let me get a salad and some dressing and some croutons.
Right. So, and I had real bad food poisoning in Russia one time. I thought I was gonna die. So man. I'm real leery on what I eat that I don't know anyway. So, it's even worse now. So, so I haven't really been on tour since I've been this small. So I'm curious to see my next tour, what it's like.
Man.
But my rider is filled with salad and no bread. I don't even see bread.
See, I'm not at the stature of a rider yet, so my food is like it's on the way, maybe.
Right.
Word. Talk a little bit about like the physical fitness routine, man. You know, Demix was really on here talking about how running changed the game for him.
Yeah, man. I was an athlete in high school. I went to college. I played football in college, so I was an athlete. You know what I mean? I got out of shape bad, you know, and so. But I never was like a long distance runner. I hated it. You know what I mean? I ran, 40-yard dash and 94 feet, which is the length of a basketball court. That was it, you know. So, but now I get a runner's high, if you can believe it. You know what I mean? So I get on a treadmill. I do treadmill mostly because it's convenient. You know what I mean? But sometimes I gotta just bought a bike recently.
Word.
So I've been pushing that joint around, man, and I feel like I'm 14 all over again.
Right.
I'm like, damn, I forgot how fun this was. My thighs be burning now, but
don't run on the bike, people. I'm telling you.
But yeah, I mean, it's something to do, man, and it's about being active. You ain't got to be no big time athlete. You know, when I first started doing this workout thing, I started with the P90X, and then I went up to Insanity and all that crazy stuff. And that stuff is dope, but it's not for everybody.
Right.
Really not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 40, and I got football injuries from high school still. Both my shoulders ain't worth a quarter. So so there's some things, you mix it up. You know what I mean? So, but I got like the Daily Burn app on my phone. So I'm 15 minutes is all I really need to really, burn it and do what I need to do.
That's dope, man. What made you aware of the white diet, so to speak?
Actually, something that I always knew, man. I read Elijah Muhammad's book, How to Eat to Live. So it was something he mentioned years ago that I read. My dad used to make me read. My dad used to work at Twin Towers. He was a sheriff for 31 years. He used to bring home all the books that they were going to throw away in the prison library. So I read Dianetics when I was 12.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I read that. He made me read the Quran when I was 14.
Wow.
And so he brought How to Eat to Live. And I read it from cover to cover a couple times. And it was like, this makes sense, but habits are habits. You know what I mean? And tradition is tradition. And, even though something, if you don't practice it, then it's really not worth knowing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was something that I knew. But it was something that I talked to my doctor about too. And she was more or less, she was like, yeah, there's a lot of white foods with bleach and, artificially inseminated stuff,
Yep.
So, you got to be real leery of it, because most of it is usually bad for you, But then, we got deep scientifically about some of the things too. Like she took my blood and what about, what my blood type is susceptible to, and my blood type is susceptible to carbs. You know what I'm saying? So it does nothing for me, like good anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be careful of my carb intake, and because I was an athlete and I had so much muscle structure, I was able to hide that 393. It didn't look like 393. It looked probably like 300, but even if I ever get to, my goal is 180. If I ever get to 180, I'll probably look 200 still.
Wow. I can see that. You can walk around looking like me.
Yeah, like my dad in his prime was like, 5'8", 185 pounds. Say that every day for most of my life. But he always looked like he was 220 because his arms and legs are so huge, and I got the same thighs and arms as he does. So I'll carry it better than most, you know what I mean? But the goal is 180 though.
Word. That's what's up, man. We're going to keep it rocking right now, man. We having a hell of a conversation right here with Mykill Myers, man. You guys, Nubia Hood Radio, stay tuned, man. Not for Hire program. This is one hell of a journey. I'm looking at the clock right now like, damn, we already burned through all that time that quick. You guys stick around, man. Peace.
So would you pay the cost to beat the big balls and Versace dominating every bad bra one of y'all could come across and harden your heart through lives lost to all? Where you headed on the inside? Cause the outside's looking like you about done took a flight. Might shoot another black man today. Next day another brother. Next day main one justified in rape. Main one turning free people into slaves. Glamorize and balance how Columbus take to globalize careless killer mental states. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. Breaking your whole thing down. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. Breaking your whole thing down.
Yeah, you been cop, you's a cop. Each record you drop, I pray it flops. Need to stop. You've been busted, you can't be trusted. Each verse is a useless space of time. Confused, you can't make up your mind. Straight up like Al Capone or methadone. Ain't no one home. Got a gat, pop a cat through his hat, spit his nap, hit the streets, forever flee, forever flee. Just ain't working. The actors ain't worth shit. Gotta pay the piper. The day you meet your maker, music faker. Push your weight, won't hold weight. Acting pearly gates, hell of heaven. You just chose your fate. Switch up now before it's too late.
To change your course, resist lobotomy exists to reveal what really ought to be. Plus, spray rapper sound sloppy G. Fade the prevalent urge should be copying. Soft MCs blind for jackpot slot machines. Refuse to drink the juice or rock the jeans. Is too few to choose to speak with cops kill teens. Regroup your thoughts to rock regimes. Last thing needs another rap mujahideen. Dreaming of rubbing sleeves with the bourgeoisie. Scheming with the powers that need to be relieved. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. We're breaking your whole thing down. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. We're breaking your whole thing down. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. We're breaking your whole thing down. Just to make a dollar, breaking your whole thing down. We're breaking your whole thing down.
Tune in to Herbal Intellect each Saturday, 4 to 4:30 Pacific or 7 to 7:30 Eastern Time with your host, herbalist and physiologist, Jennifer. Each week, get vital information on how to take care of your body without the use of harsh chemicals. Learn to use what the earth has to offer to heal yourself. Only on NubiaHoodRadio.com. In Health Hotel.
And we are definitely back, man. NubiaHoodRadio.com. My name is Joseph J. Osasenia. You guys are tuned in. Not for Hire program. We're here still live with Mykill Myers on the air, man. We only got a couple, well, I won't say a couple. We got like about 15 solid minutes left on the program.
All right, word up.
Yeah, usually we're running real behind sometimes, and it's always my fault. But today we got it going pretty quick.
Yeah, I can talk, man.
Word, man. And we just kind of tying in right now. We're talking off the air. You guys just heard the commercial for Herbal Intellect. We talking a little bit about like the herbs and roots and kind of how pesticides and all that fun stuff is really like the name of the game right now when it comes to the food. You talking big about right now a minute ago about like cooking with what did you say?
Cauliflower.
Are you big on cooking?
I am now. Like, it started when like I was on, I was with my wife was pregnant with my first son. And I was able to be at home a lot, so I watched a lot of cooking channels. Especially because my music is on the Food Network. So, so that's the main reason why. But I started to see how easy it was. Really not that difficult. You know what I mean? So. I got interested in doing it, you know what I mean? So it was something like it's kind of hobby. I was always good at baking for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know where that came from. But so I was always good at baking. So I was trying to find new ways to just bake more healthier stuff, make healthier snacks, whatever. And so a brother of mine that runs the Hip Hop Chocolate named Marcus Gray. All this chocolate is organic. It's it's no sugar in it. It's I think he uses pineapple juice or something like that.
Wow.
You get a chance, check him out. It's hiphopchocolate.com.
Down right now.
He's now like he makes these like he'll make like shell toe Adidas and chocolates and boxes or whatever. So he made a chocolate J Dilla last year, I believe.
Wow. So there you go.
So he's doing this thing that way, but he was another one that like it's more than one way to skin a cat, man. It's, we get so caught up in convenience,
right?
That's how they get us. Is that I don't got no time to cook, so I gotta go get Del Taco or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, and you get caught up in it, and the next thing you know, 15 pounds later, you're trying to figure it out,
right?
And you don't even understand why.
Indeed, you made the vegetarian choice, and you're mad because your vegetarianism ain't working out,
right? But you ain't, you're not putting in the veggies though. You know,
nope, so, you're getting the veggie hamburger down there at Farmer Boys. It's not
exactly. So yeah, I've been like juicing lately too.
There you go.
And that's fun too. I just hate to cut up fruit though, man. I really hate it, but
because it's messy.
It's messy. It's time consuming, man. And I got in between that I got diapers to change and kids I got to watch. So
that's hilarious because I know you sure as hell don't want to touch the fruit after you just touched the diaper. And sometimes you're right there like, damn, I just ruined it.
Like, damn, what is that green? Oh, that's not the green I want.
That's not spinach. Word, man. That's dope, man. Like again, man, having these kind of conversations, you don't hear that stuff. I mean, you get to see the forefront, RZA and Tita.
It's a whole it's a whole revolution, man. Like if you know from the licks, you know what I'm saying? Like he's been on it.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of started at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Joel Ortiz is another one who changed his game up. Lil Fame and Billy Dance from MOP. Like you see them dudes now, man. They ain't half the people they used to be, man.
Literally.
Literally. So Scarface,
yep.
Another one. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him Instagram each other, like, we was competing in the gym for a little while. I was like, oh, I just did an hour and a half cardio on the stairs. What about you? And he was like, he's another one of my child. If it wasn't for Scarface, I probably wouldn't be rapping how I rap.
Word, man. So, Melly Mel takes the cake though, man. That's Muscle Simmons.
That dude is the Black Lou Ferrigno.
Right? The Black Lou Ferrigno. That's dope, man.
Freddie Fox is another dude. Like he stays in the gym.
Word. Man.
He's probably in the gym right now.
I got a chance, like you mentioned all these people and like that shift right now to just being aware of health, man. I saw who was it? Kid Frost. Frost was on an interview on Fox 11 or Channel 7 recently because he got diabetes.
Right.
And he was doing an interview bringing the attention of what it's like to be in the limelight and go through the whole experiences and then be left with the aftermath of all of that, where you end up overweight and all of these medical health problems and there's just so much you're not aware of what you're doing to your body because we're Red Robin and Black Angus
right. I've been checking him out on Instagram too, man. He's like every other month he's in the hospital, bro. Like Indeed. He's like Instagramming from the hospital like, yeah, man, I gotta get these treatments in. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it's real, man. I've been lucky and blessed that even though I was tipping the scales at 400 pounds, I didn't have high cholesterol, I didn't have diabetes or any kind of, I was healthy, which was what motivated me more.
Word.
Like, to let me not ever get it. You know what I mean? So, and high blood pressure runs in my family. So like my brother has it. He's only 5 years older than me.
Wow.
So, I don't want to be that dude.
Rightfully so, man.
So you'll see me hashtagging mental health, health is wealth all the time. So
word. Might have to link you up with Demix. I know he's starting like this whole new physical fitness challenge thing on YouTube right now.
Let's do it, man. Like I got Nike got these little things called the Fuel Band, if you can see it. And a friend of mine gave me one. He had an extra one. And he was like, yeah, I see you in the gym. try it out, see what you like. You know what I'm saying? I tried it and I kept posting about it. And next thing you know, Nike sent me one.
Really?
They were like, yo, we see you doing, want to do a commercial on you soon. Like, when you get to that goal, we want to be able to, track you.
Yeah.
So, and they get to see it because it's kind of like Facebook. So every time I charge it, it'll post all my energy and the fuel I burn and calories I burn and steps I took, all type of stuff. So it's a real cool community to be in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I get to see, like, if me and you were linked in, and so you worked out today, like, yeah, I burned 1,500 calories a day, and I'm like, I got 1,600, bro. Like, and so it's that competition, man. Competition is good. It's not always bad.
Right. So, rightfully so. Balancing everything.
Right. Definitely.
Indeed, man. That's
duality. W.E.B. Du Bois talked about it a lot.
Yeah, indeed. I'm here reading the Kabbalion right now. We're talking about duality and polarity all day. All day long. That's dope, man. But as we start to wind down, man, I was going to take a quick break, but I don't even want to get into it, man, because we need to spend these last couple moments with you while we quickly can. Let's talk a little bit about what you do got coming out, man, because I know new singles on the way, and, we are a radio station, so we might as well talk about some music, right?
Yeah, might as well. I got a new album called Me coming out. It'll be out in July or June, excuse me. And it's pretty much that. Me is a play on my first initial and my middle name initial. But this probably is gonna be the most in-depth record that I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about, braggadocious lyrical skills that I've been doing, pretty much my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
I got a song called Depressed. You know what I'm saying? I got a song about, something that happened to me when I was a kid that, touches home. I got a song I got called True Story, where it talks about, my first relationship and, my first son being born still. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going there. And it's something that I've been wanting to do my whole career. I just never really had the courage to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of artists don't never really have the courage to talk about themselves. Like, comedians are the same way, and I didn't have the courage to be that vulnerable. You know what I mean? But I was having a conversation with, actually, it wasn't even a conversation. It was, I watched the documentary Boy, and when he was doing the Ziggy Stardust stuff and how his ability, his, homosexual tendencies and things like that, he was kind of just letting it come to the surface in art, and for reasons unknown, it hit home. You know what I mean? And I was having a conversation with somebody in the industry about Tupac, and we were talking about how vulnerable he was as an artist and as a person too. That was typical Gemini. But the reason why he's so beloved, posthumously, is because he was so vulnerable. As an artist, he left his soul out there. Every time I hear So Many Tears, I can feel him in the studio. He felt whatever he was going through at that moment. You felt it in that joint. And it's something that I haven't done as an artist. You know what I mean? So all my favorite artists, from Curtis Mayfield to Isaac Hayes, to even Michael Jackson, has done it. I just haven't done it as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of leaving it out there. And this very well may be my last record. Is in the traditional record sense. But so I feel like it's necessary for me. I don't care if it sells one copy, but it's just something that I have to do for my legacy.
That's powerful, man. So we're working with a lot of the elders and even just like with people my age and just a little bit older, man. You don't see genuinely too many people leave themselves open and that exposed, and vulnerable is the right word, man. Right. Vulnerable is I mean, it's a certain vulnerability to be in the public eye and put your music out there and have people critique it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole nother thing to put your soul out there and have people critique it too. Indeed. And people are brutal these days, man, especially with social media, man. It is brutal. Like, man. If you see some of the stuff that just I was watching, looking at a post today about Marshawn Lynch and how all these people were disrespecting him as a man, because he didn't want to talk to the media. You know what I'm saying? And whether you agree or disagree with his reasons as to why, that doesn't make him a thug, right? Or a gorilla, or some of the vile things that you hear. So in this day and age, it's even more vulnerable. You got to be even more vulnerable now. Indeed. And people can try to touch you. You on Twitter or you on Facebook, people will get to you, and that's a lot of these athletes are getting themselves in trouble for responding to, your average run-of-the-mill everyday fan that feel like they know you because they see you tweet every day. Yep. And so I don't leave myself open on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? So, but I've learned social media etiquette,
over the years. You know, I don't put too much personal opinions out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really post. You know, like everybody, the hot topic right now is Bobby Brown's daughter.
Right.
I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no reason to speak on it.
Thank you. There's no point to speculate. We haven't talked once about the damn Super Bowl, right?
Right. You know, it happened. You know, if you were a Seattle fan, you mad. If you're a Patriots fan, you happy. You know, that's how it goes.
And the story.
The ebb and flow of what sports is.
Right.
You know, it's 101 talk shows, sports radio shows that I work for that got hyperbole all day. You know, it's like they have shows based around hyperbole. You know what I'm saying? So like they did a whole show on Kobe being selfish. Like, you don't even know this kid. You know what I mean? So I haven't had a chance to meet Kobe, and he's a fan of mine. And we talk for hours about music. And I realized that for all intents and purposes, the dude is a child prodigy.
Yeah.
You know, and most child prodigies or geniuses are socially inept. He happens to be one of them.
Yep.
You know, plus he grew up in Italy. Yeah, so it's you know, I like to do that. You know, I met him once, and the second time I saw him, he was like, "Hey, what's up, Mike?" And I was like, "Hey," because I met him when he was 17, when he first got out here.
Oh wow!
You know, he was at a rap show.
Wow.
You know, and then I seen him again at Penny Lane, a record store,
and
it was right when the P Diddy and Biggie song "Victory" came out, and he was like, "I always wanted to rap to the Rocky theme song," whatever. And I was like, "Word." And he was like 18, 19 at the time, or whatever. And then I seen him again when he was like 30, and he was like, "What's up, Mike?" Like, he got my attention. Right. You know, I'm like, "Dude, you're Kobe Bryant, bro." Like,
genuine people, man.
But you know, so yeah, I don't know how it got off on that tangent.
Because we were talking about me. That's how we were talking about it. So, but that's dope, man. When is the album gonna be coming out?
I'll be coming out in June, man. I don't have an actual date yet.
Okay.
But it'll be in June. It might be coming before. It just depends on how I feel. You know, when you got your own company, you kind of move when you feel like moving.
Yep. As fast as you can get it done.
Right. The single is out or be out. Actually, the single came out today. It's called Spells Dangerous. Features Planet Asia. You know, one of the dudes that he was on my first album. You know, my first album is 15 years old next month.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm an old dude in the game now. But yeah, I'm excited about it, man. This is some of the best work that I think I've ever done. I know artists always say that, but I can truly say that this is some of the best work I've ever done.
Yeah, there's only one time, maybe two times in your life where you really mean those words.
Right. Like, I said that on my second album. Everybody considers my first album to be a classic. I'm like, well, our second album was way better. You know, third album wasn't as good. I was trying some new stuff, and you know, didn't work out the way I envisioned it. You know, the fourth album was really, really good. It was just different. You know, it was some of my better writing, but cohesive as an album. You know, I could have said it then. I say it now, looking back. It's like it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Word.
Iron Mike was top notch though. You know what I'm saying? So
firm on that one.
I'm firm on that, but I can guarantee you this is better. I won't say better. It's more progressive.
Word. That's dope, man. I'm glad you're sharing that with us, man. So for those of you guys listening, man, be on the lookout, man. Mykill Myers got a new album coming out. Definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Man, dude, thank you, brother.
It's been a pleasure, man.
It has.
This is definitely a platform that, you know, I definitely want to be a part of in the future.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So if you ever need to reach out to somebody, man, let me know.
Man,
my
appreciate
Rolodex
that, brother.
is pretty decent. So you know.
That's love, man. I appreciate that, man. Any other things you want to plug up real quick? Any shout outs? Any real special jewels you want to drop on them?
Yeah, shout out to my man Tony Clifton. He got a record coming out soon in May, called The Cliff Notes. We got an album together called The Mike and Tony Show. It's out right now. You can go to my Bandcamp. It's www.mykillmyers.bandcamp.com. Look out for Mykill. She's out of Whittier. She actually lives in New York now. She got an album called The Introduction. If you go to my Bandcamp, you'll get the re-release of that I put out through my company called The Reintroduction. And I have a remix joint we did together called Don't Play. That's on there. That's pretty dope. Yeah, support, man. Support whatever you like. Just support it, and whatever you don't, dismiss it.
Big words, man. Thank you, brother. That's what's up, man. Those of you guys who tuned in, man, make sure you let everybody know, man, you got one of the rarest interviews right now with Mykill Myers. I'm sure that ain't nobody heard some kind of answers like this before on the air, man.
I've never been asked these kind of questions.
Right, man. So we're going to do it in public. I like that. These are not the kind of conversations we have, man. But this interview and many others, man, will be available on the podcast library over here on iTunes. We're gonna have it up on next week for you guys. So check it out, man. It's definitely dope. Stay tuned. Tune in next week, next Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. PST. We got another great interview scheduled up for you guys. Gabriel Zales will be in the building, man, and it's another triumph story, man. As you know, here on the Not for Hire program, we only bring in winners. So once again, man, Michael Myers, thank you, brother. We appreciate the love,
Support
man.
these formats, man. Like these formats are rare now, and
Right.
They're just as important as Hot 97 and the rest of that garbage that's out there.
Indeed, man. Fabian, go ahead and hit him with some good music, man. NubiaHoodRadio.com, Not for Hire program. You guys take care, man. Peace.
They say you nobody until somebody tries to bring your untimely demise with a gun, probably the ungodly. Holy Ghost, Father, Son, body jamming on the one Cosby, jamming like a gun cartridge. I say you somebody till a nobody throws hollows to leave your soul hollow. Sleepy in your dome pothole. More tricks than a whole brothel up my sleeve when the cold follows. The hawks chasing like when it's dark. Jason Voorhees without breaking the sweat, slow walk paces, nowhere to run. My frozen cold hearts breaking from being scarred like Omar's faces. Bodies in the vacants. I'm a deist. This shit rocks me to the core like Mozart made it. Symphonic Iron Maiden. We on an island waving a flare. Fire blazing. Smoke signals in the air. Nobody can save us.
Who are you when you're being honest? Are you humble or just being modest? Embrace and expose yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Show your character.
V for Vendetta, O for Opera. That's that before the sound of Black Mafia. Presidential breakfast in the hideout, spied out. Destroy the HQ, even if the base new. Don't embarrass yourself trying to track down. We cut them characters out from their background. That's 3D, my ID is plagiarized. GBO worldwide, like Mason ties. You can't deny when you're baking eyes. Show a hollow truth, choke trying to swallow proof. Perfection is impossible, so my disguise makes selection from the crowd.